gear.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to our show. We are the Stream Geeks, and we're live every Monday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern.
Today, we're talking about something very exciting, a new esports scholarship.
That is right. We are hosting our very own $1,000 esports scholarship for excellence in live streaming. So if you're a student in high school or college who has experienced live streaming, anything to do with esports, you can write an essay about that, submit it at streamgeeks.us/esports, and apply to win this $1,000 esports scholarship. So we got a lot of interesting things to talk about, but I wanted to start off with something really fun. Take a look at what I found at our local store, Fortnite esports cards. These are just like playing cards. I wanted to open them. I don't know if you want to open them on the Z-Cam maybe. Over here we have a close-up
Well, you
camera.
have one and I have one, right?
Yeah, we both have one.
So I'm assuming if it's like Magic cards and Pokemon cards, they have different, levels and status. So let's see who wins.
All right, so what do you got there? Let's see.
Oh, there's
man.
multiple of them?
These are interesting. Look at this.
Okay.
I got,
Ooh.
let's show them on the overhead screen. I got a little dude, a pickaxe, and what looks like kind of like the jump shot. It's a rare outfit.
Really?
What did you get?
I got Star Spangled Ranger,
axe.
which is
Okay.
also a
Oh,
uncommon
look at that.
outfit.
That's a good one for you. Uncommon.
I know.
This one's rare.
This guy, number 69, apparently is common.
Oh, he's a common dude.
And I don't know what this is, a checklist. So
You
this
got a
is a tool,
checklist,
I'm
huh?
assuming.
Oh, this is a checklist to
collection
make sure that you
list.
can get everything. Just thought it would be interesting to open those up and on the show and show people what's happening at this foil
That was fun.
cards. I remember playing Magic cards when I was a kid, and I like this kind of stuff. So
Are
I
your
could
kids into the Fortnite
totally
cards?
imagine. They're not playing Fortnite yet, thank goodness, but I could totally imagine them doing this. So we're so excited to be doing this show today. I wanted to mention that my brand new book, Esports in Education, is now available on Amazon, Kindle, and also Barnes & Noble's, Apple Books, Kobo Books, places like that. You can pick up a free PDF copy at ptzoptics.com/book. And I really think that this is a book. Let me just explain a little bit about it. It's really searching for educational value in esports tournaments, why it's important to start an esports club at your school, and also learning some of the other career paths that surround this awesome esports industry. So if you're in high school or if you're a student looking to, who's really passionate about video gaming, to find those career paths and those roles and understand how important it is for the education. It's really meant for parents and educators as well to understand how important it is for students and parents and educators to find common ground in the education space and learn how to really kind of adapt the education system to be a little bit more esports friendly. Hopefully, esports will become a varsity level sport all across the country and the world in many high school level and college level programs. So this book goes over a lot of the cool college level success stories, the esports tournaments. Great read. Would love for you guys to pick up a copy. And today we're going to talk about why we decided to start our own esports scholarship.
Yeah, of course, with the growth of live streaming, we've seen the growth of esports and streaming. So we've found that there's a lot more to the field of esports than just gaming. There's a lot of production going into the broadcasting of it. And that's where we came in and said, let's take let's dive into this and see what we can learn from it and how we can help in that area.
So quickly, let me show a little bit about our esports scholarship. Then I want to talk about some of the other colleges and universities who have their own esports scholarships. This is really born out of we did an esports live streaming tournament in New York City. We live streamed a 3-on-3 Rocket League tournament. But what made our esports tournament a little different is that the students actually operated all of the live streaming and video production gear. So we had students operating, like a PTZ joystick like this. Maybe I could show quickly our video that we have here. Here's the students playing at the StreamGeeks Summit in New York City. This was hosted by the Center of Educational Innovation. And we had the student camera operators. We had students operating the video production equipment, operating the cameras, using the live streams, moderating the chat rooms, and the Twitch moderators. We even had student play-by-play announcers. You'll see, oh wait, go back. That one last shot I wanted to show. That was a gentleman from Hofstra University at the college level. He's that play-by-play announcer or shoutcaster, if you will. There's a gentleman from the SAR High School in New York City. So we had students from all 5 boroughs of New York playing the video games, but we also had the students operating the live streaming equipment. And that's really important because it brings together the important sides, the other careers, besides just becoming a competitive video gamer. Now we have all of these other careers: journalists, announcers, on-screen talent, producers, streamers, content creators, tons of great real-world career paths that surround the awesome video gaming industry, but are not necessarily, in order to make a living, you don't have to be the best video gamer in the world.
Right. And there's a lot of potential there. And I think we're going to continue to see growth.
So what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys what our esports scholarship's about, how you can apply, and then we're going to go to our podcasting area, and we're going to kind of take the gloves off and chit chat in our podcast room about why we're so excited about the esports industry and scholarships in general. So here's our $1,000 esports scholarship. And the scholarship is designed for student excellence in live streaming. So the scholarship is available to students who produce live video content for esports or online video gaming. So you could be streaming to Twitch, to Mixer, to YouTube gaming. It doesn't matter where you're streaming to, but you've kind of crossed that bridge between just playing video games to now creating a live piece of content that viewers can interact with.
So anyone involved, or even if they're not necessarily the gamer themselves, but if they're in their local broadcast club and they're participating in the streaming of esports.
That's a good point. You don't have to be playing video games to apply for the scholarship. You can just simply be involved in the audio side, the video side, the production side, the camera operations side. You could be a journalist. You could be a play-by-play announcer. I can see play-by-play announcers being really big for this. Lots of great opportunities. If you're involved in any way, shape, or form with an esports live stream, you can apply for this scholarship. Now, there are some requirements. You must be accepted or enrolled in a U.S.-based college, university, or I need to change this. This was updated on our website, or high school.
Yeah, so, if you're a senior in high school and you're looking to go to university next year, we want you to be able to take advantage of this opportunity as well.
Yeah. So you must have a 3.0 GPA. And I think this is important because, it's not all just about playing video games and being a star here. I really think this is important. And Emil Bodenstein from the StreamGeeks Summit talked about this. Students really need to remember that education should always be first and foremost. Even if you are planning to be a professional video gamer, you want that education to be your plan B.
Yeah, and just with any scholarship, we want to make sure that you're a dedicated student and that you're going to be involved in this for the right reasons.
Yeah, I even suggest if you're starting an esports club at your school to have some type of GPA requirement because, this should be something that, you can really say, hey, we're here. I talk about it in Esports and Education book. Students who might be struggling a little bit might be a motivational factor for them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Do better.
If you want to be participating in this awesome extracurricular activity, just like with sports often, you have to keep up with your academics.
If we want esports to be considered a real varsity level sport, we need to play by the same rules as any other sport. And so, so there's a 3.0 GPA average that we'll be checking for the winners of our scholarship. Also, you must be a U.S. citizen for this. I really think this is something we will open up globally for our next year, for sure. We're from the United States, so it's easy enough for us to just roll this out to U.S. citizens for this one. So in order to enter, you write an essay, right? And Tess and I have done this before and read some essays that you guys have written in 1,000 to 1,500 words on your experience with esports and how it relates to live streaming.
Yeah, easy enough. So, you could be creative with it, of course, but just let us know how you're involved in esports and live streaming.
Now, I don't really want this to become something where, you're really, it's more about how good you are of a writer, but in the world of the world that we live in, the better you can communicate, the better you become at a writer. Writing is actually part of the educational process. And I write about it in this book, Esports and Education, and it's been studied that students and people who play video games and they journal about their experience, they have a much better time understanding the game and getting educational value from the game. So students who journal about their experience of video games can help with the strategy that goes into the video games, understanding the gaming elements that make up the game. And so learning to write is a really important part of the educational process surrounding esports. So I highly recommend trying to highlight what you're doing, what is the future of streaming, and what are you passionate about. And yes, grammar and spelling will be considered in that. And if you plagiarize this, you're not going to win. You'll be immediately disqualified. So think about the importance of writing, journal about it, maybe even start your own esports blog, right? And blog about it and see what people respond to when you talk about your experiences with esports, and then write your essay about the thing that's getting the most traction online.
Right. Yeah,
Right.
put your own little spin on it, but I think you get the gist.
Okay. And then finally, you simply just need to take that essay and email it to pr@streamgeeks.us. Now, I want to show you guys, this is due May 10th, 2020. And if you just go to streamgeeks.us/esports, that is where you can get all of this information about the scholarship and how to get it. And of course, if you'd like, you can download that free copy of my esports book, totally free. Might want to just give it a read through, see some of the things that other colleges and universities are doing. So as promised, we're going to talk a little bit about some other esports scholarships that are available today. And in my book, I actually outlined one of the most famous schools for esports and scholarships, and that's Harrisburg University.
We were just talking about that the other day. I had no idea that so close to us, we're out in PA.
Harrisburg has won awards for League of Legends, for Overwatch, and they actually have the most full ride scholarships to college.
How cool.
For esports than almost any other university that I know of. But I wanted to share a couple other esports scholarships. There's not that many yet, but there are some out there. There's not many like the one that we offer, which is a scholarship that gives you money to, by the way, when you get this $1,000, you can use it to buy video gaming equipment as long as you're pursuing a career and educational path. Like if you're going to school and
that's dangerous,
you're playing video games to get your scholarship, that's okay. But obviously it might be used for books, it might be used for tuition, it might be used for room and board.
I imagine a lot of the scholarships are like, play for our team, you'll get the scholarship to try and attract like really good players. So
I could only find one other scholarship like the one that we have, and that one is called Gamers Help Gamers Scholarship. And this is coming up in, January, February, March of 2020. And you can apply for that on scholarships.com. Just look for esports.
How do you get on there?
Just search for the Gamers Help Gamers Scholarship.
Now, how do we get on there?
I know. Well, we're applying to get our scholarship listed with scholarships.com. That will happen. You have to pay to have that happen, actually. But the University of Utah, University of California, Irvine, Robert Morris University, and Stevens College are all colleges that currently offer esports scholarships. And, if you do a search online, you'll find a lot, but it's a big deal. It's a real thing. And the thing is that college is not cheap, and paying for that higher education can leave students in debt for long periods of time. I'm so glad that we're able to do something. But I'm so happy that colleges are really embracing this. And I think that if you look at how many scholarships there are for basketball,
right,
for football, things like that, esports is still catching up, but it will catch up.
There's got to be room for it.
It'll definitely catch up. And then there'll be lots and lots of scholarships. And it'll be so much more important for esports to be taken seriously at the high school level as well. So with that, we've explained everything. We're going to go to our podcast. We're going to chit chat a little bit about this and answer your questions. So if you have questions, let us know in the chat room, and we'll see you guys in just a moment. Stick around.
Thanks, guys.